check this out. The want to talk a little bit about more of the rotary bell. That is our rotary bell that you're seeing here in the screen. It's got a bunch of scratches and it's a little worn now. It's just a demonstration of all the hard work throughout the years, over 100 years of history. How did this tradition start? It symbolizes order and discipline. We kick off the bell to start off the meeting, and then we hit it again to adjourn. So this started back in apparently, and I Googled this morning, and it started with a tradition, or more like in 1922, there was a big contest among Rotarians. And it was nationwide. And then it was a contest to see who could get the most attendance from the Rotary clubs. And with the condition that the loser clubs conceded a prize to the winner. So it turns out that the winner was the Rotary Club of New York, and they were given a prize, a patrol vessel, very popular of the New York zone, which was installed over a wooden base originally from the Victoria ship. And so apparently they started this tradition, and then that just carried on to all the Rotary clubs. So from this time on, back in 1922, the Rotary bell is used as a symbol of order and discipline, and help manage the hour-long Rotary meeting. So it's just interesting fact on how that started. Here's a picture of our Rotary bell, and if I'm not mistaken, Arlene and I were talking earlier, and is this Howard Maxson, Jack Maxson's father in 1953, 1954, who was the president of our club. And there's the original bell. Now, fun fact, and I'm going to point to Sonny Brown on this. He's going to let us know what happened here, but I found out the reason why Sonny has been so engaged with Rotary, because something happened interesting in his year, and I'm suspecting he's making up for it. So, Sonny, tell us what happened in your Rotary year.
Can everybody hear me? I hope so. Well, I was president of the El Paso Rotary Club in 78, 79. And the Rotary clubs of El Paso and the Rotary clubs of Juarez tried to meet once a month, and everybody went to each other's installation. That's before any problems on the bridge. Well, we agreed in 1978 to invite the president of Rotary, Clem Renouf, from Australia to come over. And he came over and he was very impressed. We had over 500 people, Rotarians, at the Civic Center, and had Rotary Club presidents from both El Paso and Juarez in attendance, and every one of the presidents brought their bell. Well, to open the meeting, we all rang the bells, and it was a beautiful sound. In any case, we had a wonderful meeting, and Vince Ward was given a Paul Harris Fellow, and Jim Phillips was the master of ceremony. Well, after the meeting was over, I went to look for the bell. I was not there. And so I really got concerned and started asking people where it might be. Well, I didn't know this was in November. And on December 7th or 8th, I got an invitation from the Rotary Club of Nuevo Casas Grandes in Chihuahua to come to their Christmas party to pick up the bell. Well, as would have it, we were not able to get there, and we weren't really sure that they had it or not, but the custom was to abscond with one, put their Rotary Club initials on it, engraving on it, and then invite them to come back and pick it up. Well, we didn't do that. But a few years later, in 1989, the Rotary Club of Deming and the Rotary Club of Nuevo Casas Grandes became sister clubs. And at the same time, we became sister districts. So before I went down there, I knew we were going to go to the Rotary Club of Nuevo Casas Grandes. I went ahead and purchased a small little bell, had it engraved with the Rotary Club of Nuevo Casas Grandes. And when I went down there after we had a ceremony or two, by the way, Jim Maloney was there with me, and Merwin. And I asked if there were any members of the Rotary Club of Nuevo Casagrandes that had been in the club in 1978, 79. Well, only about 4 or 5 came up, so I called them up. They didn't know what I was going to do, but I said, "Well, I brought you a bell with your name of the club engraved on it, and I came to pick up my bell that you stole 11 years ago." Well, these poor guys, they didn't know anything about it. Anyway, they went back and started searching, could not find it for the end of the year, the end of the meeting. But it was a good time had by all. And I don't recall who it was that went ahead and replaced our bell, but it wasn't too long that we had the bell I think we have today. That's the short story. It was fun.